I found a way to fly hack in Minecraft without using any hacks. Hello there, Ray here. Minecraft recently added it so Java players can pull boats using leads. So I thought maybe I could use this to fly just like how we flew with overstacked striders. But that only worked because we are far enough away from the bottom strider to actually pull it. And you can no longer find striders that stack this high, so this doesn't work. So if we want to do this with the boat, we have to pull the boat far enough away so that it actually starts following us. We can make ourselves a bit taller by having the player lead the boat but then ride on top of the pig, but we are not high enough up to actually pull the boat. A llama is a bit taller but still not tall enough. A camel is much higher but it's still not high enough. Now you can set up just slightly higher when it comes to riding a bamboo raft compared to riding a boat, which will help us get slightly further away from the boat so that we're more likely to get launched. We can also try a boat with striders, with the highest striders that we can now find only being double high, and if we do this we still don't fly. But even a camel in a bamboo boat isn't enough to make us fly. Plus you normally can't get camels to go inside of boats because their hitbox is bigger than the boat itself. Despite camels and horses babies fitting in boats, once they grow up they will immediately be kicked out. Now you can pick up a boat and put it inside of a minecart in Java Edition. The only problem is we cannot put a lead on the minecart, which is technically the entity at the bottom which we need to lead. And if you would end up putting a lead on the boat, this will immediately dismount anything that is riding something else. So we cannot find anything to ride to get the player up high in the air to move the boat along with it. So how else can we get the player to get up above the boat? We could launch ourselves using the new wind charge item. We can get off the ground, but then the next wind charge we have to throw up against the boat. And if you click the boat, you end up unleashing it, which makes this not a friendly method. Now we can make ourselves go up higher by using a leaping potion. This will give us a jump 2 boost. Now we jump a bit higher than we normally do, but the boat doesn't quite make it off the ground. So let's give it a little more room. As the trick I did flying with a minecart using a fishing rod needed the minecart to first fall. So if we let the boat fall first and then start hopping on it, we can then kind of fall down on the boat as the boat falls slower than the player. And then we can bounce off of the boat, which kind of pulls the boat back towards us. And as long as we keep jumping with the jump 2 effect, we can keep bouncing high enough to keep the boat from falling downwards. But you can actually slowly climb while doing this. Currently we're reaching the maximum of Y level 100, and now we're reaching a maximum of 101. Now jump 2 boost is the highest you normally can go, but if you could find a way to get jump 3 in survival, you can move upwards much faster. Leave a like for all this jumping exercises I've been doing. You can also move side to side. If I just move my character a little bit over to the side, it's going to pull the boat to the side as well. You can actually move different directions, and of course you can move downwards. The only downside is you have to constantly have the boost 2 effect, otherwise as soon as you lose the effect, you drop relatively quickly back down. And if you have a beacon in the area, you can give yourself infinite boost 2 effect, but you're limited to only using this in the area, which is 100 by 100 blocks and a little bit higher than the world build limit. Now unlike most mobs, you can actually stand on top of a shulker instead of falling right through it. And even a shulker that is inside of the boat can be stood on top of by the player. This can give you a slightly higher surface to bounce off of with your jump 2 boost, but sometimes the player kind of clips into the shulker, which actually causes them to fall, and over time you're actually losing height. But maybe we can put the slow falling effect onto boats. Well, it turns out boats do not accept any potion effects, and putting slow falling on the player doesn't help either. Because the boat ends up falling faster than us, we can't really bounce off of the boat. But maybe it'll work even better yet with a good jumping horse, as there are horses in the game that can jump extremely high. So we'll need to be on the horse jumping above the boat while also having the boat on a lead. So I got ourselves the best jumping horse in the game, and you can see that it is able to actually jump high enough to pull the boat along with it. You can kind of get this to work, but eventually the horse will clip through and fall to the ground. Now we can make the horse jump even higher yet by giving it a jump 2 potion. And now when it jumps really high. And you can kind of get this to work, but once again you eventually clip through and fall. I even tried making this tube here to stop the horse from clipping through the boat. But it's more about timing your jumps on the boat so that the horse doesn't land on the boat during the time it can be clipped through. We can make the boat a bit more solid by having a shulker in it, but even with the shulker, the horse still clips right through it. Now this could be caused from a disconnect between the client and server side, but probably just happens because the two things are moving quickly in opposite directions. And we cannot even solve this problem by having another player in the boat, because once they're inside, they then control it and our lead will just break when we try to pull it. So we cannot give the boat slow falling, but what if we give a mob slow falling and then put that mob underneath of the boat and then pull the pig along with the boat and then use the horse to get some high jumps? But the pig actually clips right through the boat, so the pig slow falling is not really helping us. Even using a chicken that has slow falling, which is very slow at falling, we still once in a while clip through the boat. But a slow falling chicken does make it so that you can ride the boat down extremely slowly, but we want to go up, not down. Now we can carry mobs with us, such as a breeze, to try to get more launches. The only problem is the breeze doesn't always launch you upwards, and oftentimes will push you to the side, making it very difficult to stand above the actual boat so you can bounce off of it. This is a good time to check to see if you're still subscribed. And while you're at it, click that bell notification. Shulkers can also be carried in boats, and when they hit you, they give you the levitation effect, which will make you float up in the air. And if you pull them along with your lead, you can carry them for infinite levitation effect as you float upwards. You just gotta make sure to get hit by the next bullet before you run out of the actual effect. If you do lose the effect, you can land back on top of the shulker and kind of ride it downwards. And even if you do hit the ground, you'll just start back up again once the shulker hits you. Now if you're already up really high when you lose your levitation effect, there's a pretty high chance that the shulker will be directly underneath you once you lose the effect, and in which case the shulker will try to restart it by shooting bullets, and eventually it will hit you if you get lucky, so it will automatically restart. And by carrying 2 shulkers, you have twice as many bullets, so you're unlikely to ever lose the levitation effect. And as long as you continue to eat, as well as wear some good armor so you take very little damage, you can go well above the world build limit. With netherite armor, you take almost no damage from the bullets, and projectile protection armor being slightly better than normal protection. You can block them completely with a shield, but then you won't actually get the levitation effect. And you can even combine it with the beacon effect, where you can get regeneration and resistance too. But the beacon effect doesn't go up forever, but only goes up to around 480 Y level, with the precise height being determined by the beacon's height. Now your armor will eventually break, but you can bring XPs with you, and you can throw them down onto the shulkers down below, and the XP orbs will float back up to you and mend your armor. And besides going up, you can also go sideways. Just gotta watch out because the bullets could come underneath and break the boat. Now if a couple shulker bullets hit the boat at the exact same time, they can break it, dismounting the shulkers. And the bullets could accidentally hit the shulkers and eventually kill them. And if you shoot the boat that the shulkers are in while you're above the world build limit, these guys will dismount and then they will just stay there and they won't actually fall because they ignore gravity. This was something that was shown in the original void base, which was a video that I did a long time ago showing how you can make bases in the voids above and below the world. More crazy tricks in this playlist here, and share this with your favorite Minecrafter. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!